Sherry. Labira, senti the bottle Liberia. It is Santosa. Drinking sample that issue. For better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to Seku Sherry day. Labira, senti the bottle Liberia. It is Santosa. Drinking sample that issue. For better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to Labina, the border Liberia, it is Santosa. Drinking sample that issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to Seku Sherry day. Labina, the border Liberia, it is Santosa. Drinking sample that issue for better discussion. Sherry coming to talk. We got for information and education. Sherry coming to talk. Labra, Secretary coming to talk. Good information. Information in talking and education. Secretary coming to talk. From Monday to Friday, Liberia. From Monday to Friday, from Monday to Friday, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is Santosa. Super for free. Some are tender, some are living. Those that are tender still fighting on. Those that are living are still fighting. Chaka Zulu, African soldier. It's a lesser African soldier. That's the way African soldier. African soldier. African soldier.
Of course, this is how we say good morning. This is how we say welcome to Good Morning Liberia. And this is how we encourage you to always follow Good Morning Liberia. Let me say good morning to all of you who's listening. Those of you who's watching this morning. I want to say a pleasant good morning to you. And I also want to welcome you to Good Morning Liberia. This is where we sit around the table and discuss the issues. This is where we tell people not to go back to the bushes. It's better you sit together and do the talking and remain in a peaceful country. Yes, you're allowed to criticize the government. You're allowed to talk about the government good doings. But let us all do that. Talk all of the politics and do not think about anything that will jeopardize the peace of this nation. Let me say good morning to all of you who's following. Good morning to those of you in the counties. I know that you are getting me crystal clear there. So I'm saying good morning to you, and I'm waking all of you up this morning from your beds. Those of you making your way to your various destinations, let me say good morning to you. And all of you who's following, I want to say good morning. And I want to welcome you to Good Morning Liberia. And we do broadcast to you from Capital Bypass. And that is Capital Bypass, Monrovia, Liberia. It's where we do broadcast to you. And let me say good morning, the Voice of Liberia in Bon County, Voice of Liberia in Grand Bassa County, a Voice of Liberia in Vonchama Setelofa County, Voice of Liberia in Mahagibi County, and all of you who's getting us in Grand Cape Mounts County, Nimba County. I'm saying good morning to you, and I'm welcoming all of you to Good Morning Liberia. My name is Samira Onelai, and of course I'm Samira Onelai, and I'm going to be here with you up to 9 o'clock this morning. Out of which time I'm going to call it a day. So those of you following, continue to follow, continue to watch as we go about, because there are a couple of things to talk about. And mind you, I know that you want to participate. So those of you watching, continue to share the live video. And those of you listening, just increase your volume a little bit louder so that others can benefit from it. Let me say good morning to you, and let me welcome you to Good Morning Liberia. Again, it is great to see another morning. We are grateful to God Almighty for the day. You know, the fact that we're alive, the fact that we're living, we need to be grateful, because, mind you, we're not alive because we are faithful, or because we are prayerful, or because we do the right things, or because we cannot sin. No, we're alive because of God's grace. So definitely every morning we wake up, we say our little prayers, and we get in the streets and start to do the Liberian people job. Let me say good morning to all of you, and let me welcome you to March 18 edition of Good Morning Liberia. Today marks Tuesday, and here we are in studio and here to talk to the Liberian people. So there are a couple of things that will be discussed this morning. By 8 o'clock, fellow Liberians, we will place call to Trokon, the president of one of the Sackless group, the biggest one, and we will place a call to him so that we'll be able to ask him a few questions regarding what the police IG Gregor Coleman said about Sackless being in the streets. I think we want to hear from him, because mind you, Choco have been the one reaching out for cyclists, talking on their behalf. And he was even the one that scheduled the protest date. He and his colleagues, they did that, and the cyclists came outside. But since then, we're yet to see anything. And Gregor Coleman and his colleagues, they made some statements that we will call Trocon and ask him as to where is it that they are standing currently, right? It's something we will do by 8 o'clock. And after we talk to Trocon by 8 o'clock, that will take us up to 9 o'clock. And we open the phone lines, and that time we will call it a day. I will have to leave at 9 o'clock today due to some other reasons. Okay? So the next person will be here to take you up to 10 a.m. Now, we're going to talk about, in passing, we will talk about Emma Glasgow. She did a write-up on her Facebook page. You know, as you all know, Emma Glasgow is no longer to NAFA. She's not there anymore. She was being removed and all of that. So the write-up that she did, we will read it out to you so that you know how she feels and some of the things that she expressed, right? We will do just that for you this morning. Also, this issue about Doug Cooper at the Commerce Ministry. He's the Inspector General at Commerce Ministry. And mind you, the reason why we will continue to flag this issue up, or why we decided to flag this issue up on today, it is because you don't want to have such a person in society, right? You don't want to have such a person in society, especially occupying such position. Someone who did not get his degree the right way, who passed behind the house to get his degree. At the end of the day, the University of Liberia revoked his degree. So what we are going to do this morning is to call on the President of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Joseph Boakai, so that he be able to do the needful. If it calls for the University of Liberia to send in their report to him so that he be able to call Josiah Joker, who is the civil servant's boss, so that they be able to remove Doug Cooper from that position. Let him call him out. There are other qualified people. There are other qualified people who are very, very much capable of occupying that position. Right? There are other people who are qualified. So you cannot have somebody who passed behind the house and got a degree, and at the end of the day, they are working as if to say nothing happened. As if to say the University of Liberia did not revoke the degree. We're saying no to that. We all want a better Liberia. And a better Liberia if you want it, a new Liberia if you want it, it starts today. So definitely, we will call on the president so that he be able to do the needful. Liberians will also call on the president so that he can do the needful for Liberians. Okay. On yesterday, the House summoned the Minister of Foreign Affairs, that is Minister Sarah Besloyanti, concerning the issue that has to do with the news reaching Liberians about the ban on Liberia or on Liberian citizens from going to the U.S. if they cannot settle all of their irregularities and all of that. And Madam Besloyanti, I will just bring you up to speed with what she said. We will do that here for you. But just before we do it, let us do the acknowledgement quickly before we go into it, right? It's better we be able to do that. So let us do the acknowledgement first. Then we can bring you up to speed as to what Madam Besloyanti said. Okay, this is Asata M. Miller, and this person says, good morning, VOL family. I'm watching live from Soul Clinic community. Good to be on the show. Kristen Sikwe says, a pleasant good morning. I'm following this conversation closely from a Capitol building office. And Avino writes, good morning, Voice of Liberia. I'm watching from Bangabong County. this morning. Thanks to you guys for the great job. Stephen Yakate says, good morning, Voice of Liberia family. Good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia this morning. I'm following from Cotton Tree District to Lower Magibi County. Thanks for the show. Please share the live. Certainly, Stephen. Let the people share the live video. Mia KM Jerry says, good morning. Asukome is following from the Economic Freedom Fighters of Liberia. Stanley Sheriff writes, good morning to the peaceful citizens of Bohead Town, Pokpat District, Grand Cape Mount County, Western Liberia. I'm Stanley Sheriff, coming from my usual Kosovo resident in Brownsville City. Thanks for the update. Jonah Cully says he's following from Swakoko, Bon County. Harris J. Saki is watching from Kakata City. And then Jonathan Tamba Kole Flomo writes, good morning, VOL family. Come on, says he's watching from Sunny Kole. That is in Nimba County. And Edward Kole is following us from the University of Liberia main campus in his public administration class 303. Pay attention, my brother. CDC Papi Success Creator for Life says, good morning, VOL. I'm following from Dupont Road. Rescue turn to big excuse. Manage your expectation for 2029. And then Genesis Small writes, good morning. I'm Genesis K. Small, watching you guys live from Banka City, Bon County. Thanks for the information you guys continue to provide for us every morning. May God bless a VOL family. Achi Myers is following from Old Road Gate Town, and he writes, good morning, Samira. And this is D. General. He says, good morning, Voice of Liberia. I'm watching you guys from Capitol Hill, around the Liberia National Police headquarters. Elijah Cully says he's following from Mahagibi County, specifically Vad Town. And this is Iliku Moba. This person is watching from District 5, Moserado County. He's also saying good morning to the people of Lofa County, Zolowo Town. Emmanuel C. Ibrahim Gina says good morning, VOL family, and good morning, Liberia. I'm Emerson Ibrahim Ginda. I'm watching from Bravo. This is Sunday Flomo, and he says, good morning, VOL and the peace-loving people of Liberia. I'm Sunday S. Flomo. I'm watching from Bon County, Phoebe S. Trap community. Why the judiciary branch of government giving God hard time? With a question mark, he asks. They took oath to protect the constitution of this country, but they are being used for little of nothing to abuse their own integrity and our constitution. Amen. Sunday Flomo writes. And so comment is following from the Economic Freedom Fighters. Yes, we did that. Juja Wonwa is watching from Johnsonville. He's encouraging everyone to share the live video. Kali M. Doba is following this morning. He says, good morning. And there's too many comments up here. Rodent W. Toll is watching. Kadiatu Kamara is following from Duazon. Stephen K. Smith is watching this morning. And he's saying good morning to his beautiful people of Grand Jita County. And this is Blamantilla, and this person is watching from his resident Pueblo Line Supermarket, District 2, Montserrat County. David S.K. Tactor, this is Tokma. He's following this morning from Telecom Community. Kakata City, Esimakia, who is Seku Sheriff T-Shite. Oh, man. He says, good morning, my favorite journalist and your co-host, Samira. Samira, please, I want to have a gentleman discussion with my CEO. Yeah, we got to schedule that discussion. Yes, we got to do it. Michael Sao is following from Kakata City, Magibi County, and I know that he's following from the premises of Voice of Liberia. That is something that I know. And Abenigo Boya, he says, good morning, Voice of Liberia and the peace-loving people of Liberia, joining from Dupont Road. Yes, Abenigo Boya is my good friend and brother. So David S. Tukpa is following from Telecom, and he's saying, Samira, thanks for the show. And Congrats says that he's following from Airfield. Deity Tokpa says watching from Omega Market CDC project. And there's 222 many other comments coming in. Some I did not read it. I just passed through. But I want to say thanks to you all for coming to get information. This is what we do. This is our job, to disseminate information. And we're here this morning again to do just that. So just before we go into our discussion, fellow Liberians, the cash giveaways on this morning, and we're giving out 4,000 Liberian dollars. 4,000 Liberian dollars we're giving out. All you need to do is dial *799 *8#. Once you dial *799 *8#, you play with 100 Liberian dollars. You stand a chance to win yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. Make sure you play more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times so that you be a part of our winners. At 8 o'clock, we place a call to Chukon. But just before that, we said that we will bring you up to speed with what has been said yesterday by the foreign minister, Sarah Besloyanti, about this issue that has to do with the ban on Liberians not going to the U.S. within 60 days if some irregularities cannot be settled. Now, yesterday, she was being invited and she spoke about the issue that has to do with the diplomatic passport. I actually followed that. She appeared before the Liberian Senate, okay? And I followed all of what she said. She and her colleagues, when she was being asked by Darius DeLong, the fake Chinese light, about some of the things. And specifically, I followed the aspect that has to do with the diplomatic passport, wherein people have diplomatic card and blah, 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 and everything. And for the length of time that I have followed, I don't want to sit on this radio and say, Sarah Besloyanti, she's not able to do a job. No. But she's a smart woman, yes. And where she is, it is her area, and she knows as to how to deal with issues within that area. But on yesterday, when questions were being posed to her, the way in which someone who expects somebody that knows their field to answer and all of that, we couldn't get it yesterday from Sarah Besloyanti, Madam Minister. She was being asked about the diplomatic passport. How is it like in everything? Instead of Madam Besloyanti answering the question, she asked one of her colleagues as to if the person can come in. You were being asked by the minister. And then the person said, no, I have nothing to say about that. Then the other guy, on the other hand, I think he never wanted to, create a scene. He just raised his hand up and said, okay, I will talk in that area. While the guy was talking, Madam Besloyanti, I think he wasn't proceeding the right way. So she wrote something on paper and she said, yeah, we said this is how you should do it. She couldn't say anything because the mark was just right to her mouth. And then Darius DeLong said, Madam Minister, this is not a court. We summon you because we need explanation from you directly. We don't need it from second party. You need to tell us as to how it is, how things going. How when the representatives, when senior officials, when they take the diplomatic passport, they don't return it and blah, blah, blah. Is that the reason for you giving the diplomatic passport to foreigners? because they banned some of the things that they talk about. It included people just flying from one place to another, foreigners. There are too many foreigners in our country. They have our diplomatic passport. So it gave them access all over. So because our own people can take it and they can not want to return it or whatever. So foreigners, is it the reason that foreigners should take it? But lastly, as for me, certain students, she did not, direct the issue or discuss the issue the way in which somebody who knows their field who have discussed it. That was what I sensed yesterday. Because yesterday, she was somehow speechless. Don't know what to say. Everybody knows when someone is acting confused. You know it. Don't know what to say. Asking people as to if they can come in. And all of that. But yesterday, let us give you the particular news that was being gathered from there on yesterday. Let's just summarize it so that we go quickly because we don't have much time to waste on this. But on yesterday, Minister Yanti said that they placed a call. Okay. Okay. Based on, okay. She said that they placed a call. Minister Yanti emphasized that there was a call being placed, right? So the embassy in the U.S., and I actually want to get the particular thing that she said because I don't want to go back and forth with it or say something that I'm not to say. That's the reason why I want to get the particular thing that she said. So she said that they were actually surprised by the information circulating on social media. And then they immediately contacted the U.S. Embassy to verify the claims. And she stated, and she said, as of the weekend, the ambassador informed her that there was no official communication regarding the travel restriction. No official communication. There are actually some inner issues. Let me say this. And she emphasized that why there have been issues with overstays by some Liberians and government officials in the U.S., the current government is working to address these concerns. And she said it is serious that the U.S. government has communicated it to them multiple times. And she believed that the reports of the restriction may be based on limited information. So here is it. We're going to give you the news as short and quick as we can do it to move on to the Doakopa issue and be able to move on, it look like, to the Sackless issue. Minister Yanti said that when she placed a call to the U.S. Embassy, they told her that there was no communication of such. But then, this issue, it is a serious issue in a sense that there are some Liberians and government officials who have overstayed in the U.S. and that they are working to put things in order. Now, here is it. I always give people this parable. Wherever you see fire, wherever you see smoke coming from, meaning fire was there before. Because if there are no fire, no smoke will come up. So here is the issue. This thing, it is not something for you to tell Liberian people, say, a place call, and they said no information of such was given, and blah, blah, blah. No. The fact that it wasn't only Liberia name that was on that list, the yellow list. It wasn't only Liberia name. You had the red, the blue, the yellow. It wasn't only Liberia name. So You cannot say that the information, it is not solid. No. Because we got this information from a reliable source, the New York Times, and other countries, their name, it will be listed. And you yourself said that you people have been in communication about this issue regarding similar thing like this. It is not just about people staying in the U.S. It is not just about government officials who have overstayed in the U.S. It's also about Liberia not having restrictions when it comes to how they issue out diplomatic passports or their own passports. These are some of the issues that is surrounding it. And what I said, like I said, from the way she was talking yesterday, you could tell that she wasn't over the issue. So it's not about, let's just say, trying to calm Liberians down or trying to make the situation to look good when it is not as good as it should be. It is about your ministry along with the government putting things in order. There are too many deficiencies. So you should have just said it as the whole situation was. Okay, granted. Yeah, but we gave the information out. The Minister of Foreign Affairs said that she placed call to the U.S. Embassy, and at the end of the day, they said that there was no such information given out and blah, 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 blah. I think one of the questions that should have been asked there was, can you confirm from the U.S. Embassy in front of us so that we be able to know? Because these are things I don't want to take lightly. She said that the issue, it is a serious issue. It is a serious issue. So who knows as to what is being planned and everything? Who knows? The information reporter said that within 60 days. So whether the guys are waiting for the 60 days to elapse before they start to come up with their plans and all of that. Because within 60 days, if there are some deficiencies here, if they cannot be put in together, at the end of the day, Liberians will be banned from going to the U.S. And on a serious note, we talked about this yesterday. Too many things happening in this country. The issue of passports. Too many foreigners, they have Liberia passport, diplomatic passport. And at the end of the day, these people will just fly and they go to any country around the world. Mind you, they are not Liberian. So it was the report from Madam Beslo Yanti on yesterday. Now, quickly, let us go into this issue. We'll open the phone lines. We'll take few calls. Then 8 o'clock, we place a call to Trogon so that we get info about this. Okay, so as I was saying, so just few more from now we will be able to do that. Now, let us go on to this issue that has to do with Doug Cooper, who is the Inspector General at the Ministry of Commerce. So, it was on September 10, 2024, when you all had their commencement ceremony of Business and Public Administration College. And on that ceremony, Doug Cooper from Nimba County, a superintendent from Nimba County at the time, he attended the graduation ceremony. He attended his graduation ceremony. And he took buses from Ganta, filled with people in it, to go for that ceremony, to go and celebrate he dog couple. The man was happy that day, the fact that he's graduating. And dog couple, at the time, the president appointed him already as the Inspector General for Commerce Ministry. And after the ceremony, people started to go and check as to if he got his degree the right way and everything. And we got the information that Doug Cooper did not pass through the walls of the University of Liberia. He did not. He did not pass through the walls of the University of Liberia. Then it brings you to a point to ask, how is it that this person will not graduate, will not attend classes for the 4 years that they are to attend classes? By the end of the day, the person's name appear on the list for graduation. The person got all of their graduation packages and all of that. Now, you will question the person and you will also question the institution. How did that happen? How it happened? Who did the process for Doug Cooper? And all of that. But what I know is that according to the University of Liberia, there were few individuals responsible for what happened. Few individuals they name out, and others that was associated with it. Those that were being associated, one or the other, their name came up in it, they were being suspended. And as we speak, they are still on suspension. Now, when the news came up, Doug Cooper said, oh, he graduated from the university and blah, blah, blah. He started to make more for around here. But now, fellow Liberians, here is the issue. The University of Liberia. The University of Liberia revoked the degree in this same March, in early March, this same month that we're in. The university declared Doug Cooper persona non grata, barring him from attending the institution after finding him guilty of academic malpractices. So Doug Cooper is not to attend the University of Liberia. He carried on some academic malpractice. And at the end of the day, the university revoked Doug Cooper's degree in this early March. And today is March 18th. We're moving gradually. You want to ask, where is Doug Cooper? Doug Cooper is still at the Commerce Ministry as the Inspector General. Now, he's still at the Commerce Ministry as the Inspector General. And he's still doing his duty as an inspector. When this whole saga started, you know, people started to call on the president to revoke the degree and blah, blah, blah. But actually speaking, the president will not listen to this I say. That is the truth. They had to go into the investigation, gather all of the information, and then when everything has been done, then the president now can come up and take a decision. But from the previous stage, the way it was looking, the president could have just come and said, oh, Doug Cooper, I dismiss you from Ministry of Commerce. You are not the Inspector General and blah, blah. No. That is not how it works. Because the president will not dwell on they say, I say, or because they say, oh, the man, blah, blah. No, the University of Liberia itself had to confirm it before the president come up and take a decision. That is how it works. So you see, at a point in time, when people used to call on the president, we call on the president to take Doug Cooper from. I never sat on this radio to have such conversation because I needed for all of the fights to be gathered. I needed for the University of Liberia to come up and say we revoke the degree and everything before I sit on the radio and talk about this issue. And today we're talking about it. That is how it works. So, Dokubo has been appointed by the President of the Republic of Liberia. And appointed position, the President can dismiss you if you are not acting accordingly. If he feels that you're doing this and it is not right, he dismisses you from that position and appoint another person. But here is the issue. Now that in early March, the University of Liberia said, we revoke this man's degree. This man is not allowed to attend this university because he carries on academic malpractices and all of that. It is the time for the President of the Republic of Liberia to come in and remove Dokubo from the position which he occupies. There are other qualified people who are well qualified for that job. They are still in this country. They are around. Too many persons who are qualified for that job. You can appoint another person to that position. Dokubo is not the only person that should be to that position. What he did, it was completely wrong. The fact that you know very well that he never even sat in class within the university. But at the end of the day, he was being appointed as Commerce Minister as Inspector General. And on graduation day, you know, the beginning of it was sweet because Dokubo was all over, you know, talking, I get my degree and blah, blah, blah. Now that the University of Liberia revoked his degree, I personally thought that Dokubo was going to sue the University of Liberia for revoking his degree. Because if I say Mira knows very well that I attended the UMU, and at the end of the day, UMU said I did not attend, and then they revoked my degree, I will sue UMU and show all of my past grade sheets, test papers, and go into it, tell them that my name is in their system. Each and every semester that I register, they'll be able to look at it. I actually thought Dokubo was going to sue the University of Liberia for revoking his degree. Someone who knows that they have been doing the right thing or they did the right thing, it is what they do. But since early March, Dokubo have not come here to come out to say anything about suing the University of Liberia. And that proves that it is right that Dokubo carry on academic malpractices. He did not pass through the walls of the 3Ds. How can nobody saw Dokubo in school? Nobody saw him going to school. And at the end of the day, he took people from Nima County to come and celebrate him, knowing very, very well that he did not get the degree the right way. So what are we doing here this morning? What I'm doing here this morning is calling on the President of the Republic of Liberia. Maybe the president is not in the know that Dokubo, let's agree, that he's not in the know that Dokubo degree, it was being revoked by the University of Liberia early this month. Maybe he's not in the know, but mind you, I know that each and every time there is a briefing for the president and a briefing with all of the things that's happening. That is what I know. But maybe they did not brief him about this particular issue. So we want to call on the president and tell the president that we don't want such person in our society. What Dokubo can do for itself. This thing is not about partisan and blah, blah, blah. You're from this other political party, so we need to keep the men there. It is not how it works. You should be qualified for a job before you occupy that particular space. If you're not qualified, they take you up and bring another person who is qualified. It's as simple as that. Knowing fully well what went on. How shameful and disgraceful it is. So we're saying that maybe the president, they are not yet briefed him about this issue. So we want to call on the president to please remove Dor Kopo as the Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce and find someone who is qualified for that position to put them there. There are many who are qualified, who went to school the right way. And why I can say to Dor Kopo is for Dor Kopo to go back to school and get the degree the right way he is to get it. There are some people getting things the easy way, it is not good for you. How do you even get education the easy way? The thing is, you did not even step foot to the university. The people did not even see you in school. At the end of the day, you said that you are graduating. Go to school, no matter your age, get your degree the proper way. If we are saying I want to fix this country, it starts with each and every one of us to start doing things the right way. If this person is not doing it the right way, you should do it the right way, because you are not doing it for yourself, particularly. You're also doing it for your children, you're doing it for your country. Because, mind you, if people cannot get things the right way, you don't know what they will meet up with in front of them. So each and every one of us will say, let us do this thing. If you hear people taking shortcuts, me, I would take the long way. Because those that preach equity, they're supposed to come with clean hands. I think it was the same Dor Kopo that said he will bring assassin or whatever. I think I talked about that, but I can't remember a particular thing. Talking about, oh yes, it was this issue. You'll bring this person and blah, blah, blah. So if it is why you got your own degree, it's better you say it out. But the University of Liberia came up already, and they said that you did not attend their school. They revoked the degree already. And you are not taking any case with them. You are letting it to be the way it is, So it's just prudent enough, it's important enough that you just leave the position that you're occupying. Because you are not qualified for it. But talk about it like you even know what happening. The men still occupying the position. My brother, if you are finally leaving that position, I can never be like you either. I will just leave that position. Because you waiting for the president to say, my man, move on there. The man said, get traffic too. You know, you graduate from school already, you bring whole group to come celebrate. What did you celebrate? What kind of sweat that? What did you pass through the university before becoming? Yeah, but actually we are calling on the president of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Joseph Yuma Boakai, to do the needful. Let Dor Kopo be removed from that position. Let him be removed from that position because he's not qualified. It's about time that we open the phone lines so that you too can be able to have your say on the two things that we talked about. And shortly, we will place a call to Trocon so that he'll be able to bring us up to speed about where they stand as motorcyclists regarding the recent remark being made by Gregory Coleman, who is the police IG, and his colleagues. I said 9 o'clock, I call it a day. The cash giveaway is on *799 *8# *799 *8#. It is the code to dial and play with 100 Liberian dollars to win yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. *799 *8# *799 *8#. Play with 100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. As soon as we get through with the course, we will take 3 winners. So imagine if we're taking 3 winners, you need to start playing now. By dialing *799 *8#. Play with 100 Liberian dollars. The numbers to call are 0779 003 835, 0779 003 835, 0880907907. These are the 2 numbers for those of you in Monrovia. If you are in Monrovia, call us on 0779 003 835 and 0880907907. If you are in the counties, You call us on 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502, and 0555-184711, 0555-184711. These are the two numbers for those of you in the counties. For the females, exclusively, 0773-978-564. 0773-978-564. Let's talk to this person from Monrovia. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samara.
Morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the voice of William S. Hunt, and I'm phoning from Cat, well, New Jersey, Norfolk.
Let's hear
And
you.
I respond from the Massive Rescue Nation Information Hub this morning.
Okay.
Firstly, I'd like to talk about the visa stuff. You know, the problem with the visa stuff, it is glaring, it is proving that that issue did not start during Joe Bwaka regime. It started the last regime. And you said it right. There are a lot of illegal people who are carrying Liberian passports. And, you know, our country has to change now from doing those things because, let me tell you, Samara, every one of us here, we need to see our country in an advanced level. Our country needs to have people now who will detect, and not only about the passport, there are a lot of things that we need to work on. People carrying our passport is dangerous. You got foreigners, you got other people, you got different nationalities, only Liberian passport. You understand? That is wrong. We need to work on it seriously. And the issue of dog copper, let me be honest with you. You see, dog copper, these are people that try to reduce the value of education. But it won't work. We know the president is a listening president. I don't know whether we see the information about everybody that refused to declare the act of the president has denied, CSA has denied their salary. And the president
Okay, thank you. We're not on the asset declaration that talk about when we're talking here. Let's talk to that person. Morning.
Good morning, Samira.
Morning.
Good morning.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, the issue about dog cooper, you know, Joseph Boaga stay checking among his picking, they want I will give him more money before he can stay dog cooper from there and then replace it with another United partisan. And the issue of Beslo, Sarah Beslo Yampi, she contradicted herself because she said that the people have been in consultation, they have been talking about the issue, and then now she coming up to say that the statement that the U.S. gave, it is not concrete, it's not so she not understanding. So she is confusing herself. It is something that you have been discussing with the people, and then they come out, they give you a deadline that they say they give you 30 days or 60 days. Then you say that you don't aware, she know. But this thing, we said it from the campaign time that Joseph Boaga is not able to handle our country, but they said that Joseph Boaga is able to get experience. So that's the experience. Look at the lady he took from the NAFA. You see that kind of productive, energetic woman, you taking her from that position. Who do you think you will put there that will able to do where the woman stop? To start from where the woman stop. So Boaga just came, at the means to increase the Liberian suffering. And this thing about the U.S., putting restriction on Liberian traveling to the U.S., it's just to increase the Liberian suffering. Because they got many people who are going up there to help their family back here. They got, so if you say that you put a restriction to the Liberia, is as we know that Liberia is a country that was going out by America, and then America coming to say the putting sanction on Liberia, so it is difficult for us to get it. And then Boaga with his 45 years experience cannot resolve anything, cannot discuss anything. So my sister, the 1% people, they are the one that's all be talking they want, and not we the one. So we told them, they said they agree, they know. So this is their game. Let them play it. Thank you, Samira.
Okay, thank you. The next person. Morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
Morning. You're live.
This is the boss of Andrew ED. I'm Andrew Paya for Mission Information.
Okay.
Committee this morning for your talking point. But when it comes to the passport issue, first let us get it set up. Liberia is not issuing our diplomatic passport to illegal persons because the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has already made it clear. If America come out with that statement, then they need to clarify it because mentioning Liberia there, and which of course we know that our foreign ministry is capable of not doing such under the leadership of President Brecker, then it means America has to clarify it because that statement was not clarified to us. We just spell it out in the public. And these things, it is not necessary for our democracy. And Liberia being one of the best and a great country, and more especially after which our people have made a huge turn, we know that there will not be business as usual like what we saw over the past 6 years. So our minister was clear, and that is just let America come out and clarify these things so we will understand. Clear. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Samara. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Are you getting me? Good morning.
You're live and clear.
Okay. My name is James Bade, and I'm the chairman of the Veteran Assembly in District 16, Nikru Town, to be specific. Thank you this morning for your deliberation, Samara.
Okay.
I heard somebody saying that America should explain. America got nothing to explain to us. Samara, it is glaring. You see, today, if you hear that, about 4 or 5 Liberians have been arrested in the United States for drug trafficking, many of these people, they are not Liberians. Sometimes when you go find out, they got Ghanaian, Nigerian, Mauritanian background. But because they easily obtain and dubiously obtain our passport, because using Liberian passport to file in the diaspora is very easy. So most of the foreign nationals obtain our passport and go in the diaspora to commit crime. If you check their background, they are different foreign nationals. How it happened? Who gave it to them? There's our very people, our officials from the foreign ministry. Then somebody telling me that America should clarify. They got nothing because we've been hearing that, we've been seeing it. You understand? Some of them obtain this quote-unquote so-called diplomatic passport. Now, let's come to Doug Cooper. Doug Cooper, somebody don't, attend the University of Liberia, then you say you graduate from there whatsoever, and you obtain a fabulous job, you're making money, you salary allowances here and there. I see why the other day my friend, brother Iri Patton said that there should be a credential audit at the State Road University. Even besides students who are standing there, yeah, there are a lot of lecturers, yeah, instructors and lecturers at the State Road University who are there is such document that is not credible. There's a need to do a credential audit at the State Road University there. So thank you this morning for bringing out the issue. That the Liberian will listen,
okay.
And people in the area to take decision will listen. Let the president listen, and read, take decision concerning Doug Cooper.
Thank you. Let's talk to that next person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is the what we're talking, discussing issue, which is discussing the way that people will understand their country, the same suffering. People have been talking that we are not suffering. We're suffering. Nobody must say that we're not suffering. Why somebody will say that they pass again? When something happens, we're talking like we discuss the issue that we will not blame anybody. The business that we talk about, we do not do business as usual, but you must know that have been over more than as usual. Now, the thing that happening in the country during former President Wiata, he has reached tenfold. So he said, look, we don't do business as usual. You don't know that business has been done more than as usual. We are going by that day. This is the same charter government that was here. This is the government, no different government. When the army and police fighting, when the during the railroad time, the APFL fight you to fight against one another. This is the government that has come by. So nobody must rule it up. Good morning. Good morning.
Come again, you said?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samira. How you doing?
I'm okay.
God bless you. God bless Mama Nabio. God bless the very King Churchman and we are. Thank you for your show this morning. Samira, I am telling you this morning, this country will not go anywhere because the rescue team they now made a farm. They own a rescue farm. They feel Liberia is a rescue farm because own your farm your company, your private business, you can run it anyhow you want to run it. You give me running our country the way you feel, but the way let the people go by the constitution. You know, you don't expect nothing good to come from the government because the government, they came power with lies, So the things they promise our people are the what we need for them. Then they start getting our result, and the result we need for them. Because of winning the election, they say a whole lot of things, they won the election, so and then they just start doing it, and then they forget about the revenue, my proper revenue, the proper prophecy, I should leave me alone. And then my David telling, I don't want David tell the president on his behalf. Thank you. The money,
Okay.
I'm saying it there.
Okay.
Nobody David tell my proper revenue, King Churchman, and we are a container are taking place in the House of Parliament talking about Rachel Cohen as a speaker. Rachel Cohen as speaker, I reject it because the constitution not main speaker, so I contain the speakership this morning. Thank you, God bless you and God.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear sister.
Morning. Let's hear you.
Philip Samba calling from Upper Carwell.
Mm-hmm.
The issue of this diplomatic passport. My dear sister, you know, the ruling party is trying to cast blame on the previous government, and which is very wrong. I think they said they have come to rescue this nation. And then when they appointed the current foreign minister, and she revoked all those diplomatic passports from those individuals that they accused of obtaining those passports. And they said no business as usual. Just check it out, my dear sister. Do you know that those guys that they accused in the previous government of came on this dubious attitude? President Bouaka elevated them to some of them. They were directors, and he made them ministers. Check it out. I listened to Senator Waterspoon. It surprised me. Those guys that they accused in the previous government, that those guys they were criminals. Instead of you to dismiss them, and you elevated them. So why are they casting blame on the president, on the former president? You have come to rescue this nation, and you say you have experience. Why can't you utilize your 50 years experience, and instead you are casting blame? No blame. We went against President Weah because that we said President Weah was not competent to rule this nation, and now we are seeing those guys parading all around. It started in the former government, which is very wrong. The issue of Joe Cooper is an academic bandit. I think the government of Liberia and even Minister of Education need to do something. You know, do something. Disqualify him. He needs to be stuck from that commerce ministry. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Samara. This is Joseph B. Harris. I do join from my comfort zone, schema residence, Southern Swan, Maga District from the county.
Morning. Your life.
Samara, I don't say good morning to Sego Sherry, CEO. Thank you for the topic on discussion, Samara. So the issue of this passport. This thing is just like frustration, the ruling party. We tell the people, you cannot outside the presidency, that was in the presidency. The issue is clear. Why this time people just shaving blame on the former president? This thing happened. That you this woman says she was corrupt, she mismanaged the passport. Diplomatic passport. At the end of the day, people giving information, people giving a lot of evidence. Still, now you confront this woman. And people within this government, they are within the cookie jar. So at the end of the day, they just put Labrador on the bad schema on the international scene. The government need to work in a 60-day period. The government need to work in a 60-day period to start stepping on the former president. Let's push ahead to get the mess out of our country to stop our slavery to now be inbound to travel to the U.S. So they need to focus. All their consultation should be on this system. How does they put mechanism into place to the reason they can adapt or Liberia. So the issue of Bakoba issue, Samira, go I take or leave of you. The issue of Bakoba had no more. He had no more to sue the University of Liberia. The issue is Bakoba not going to classes. He's lecturer. He doesn't know someone lecturing. Then he goes to class and says, oh, I get degree. A fake degree that you not work for, that you not qualify for, and the University of Liberia have revoked your degree. You have no more to go through the Supreme Court. So they asking me what that person tried to dismiss that man out from Congress. They dismissing. Thank you all so much for avoiding the time, Samara.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to the next person. Morning. That person is listening to their monitor. Morning.
Yeah, good morning. For the very penny for the church man, we are penny. I can see some poor hanging out there soon. So, you want to be careful. You start hanging out there because
he made a point before, right? Let's talk to the next person, please.
God bless you. Thank you, ma.
Morning. Morning. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
Your line is bad. No, I'm not getting you. Your line is bad. Your line is bad. You need to change your location and call. Morning.
Good morning, Samara. How you doing?
I'm okay.
This is Edmond Carr, the officially impaired card that giving this unprepared President Fee to the fire to deliver.
Okay.
But, yeah, a dog cover. Anyway, the court is a place where everybody go when you have a problem. But whether he should have given the shame of himself that he will say that he know that he didn't complete courses, he didn't go to classes or to his direct classes regularly. To go say there, but the university themselves, we can blame them. Okay? Who gives the man the authorization to even put a gun on him or he? So they have their own problem. So probably because the man, where the man got money, he was sitting at the bar, they just sending money to teacher, and they putting his record through, they putting his document through, putting his grade through. That's what was happening. Because before you to reach to the point where we were aiming you to be clear, to where that people and not a small tax. That's not just going taking hanging on you. They are the air and they say they come on academic floor and this and that's why taking people to go. We wish you well. We hope that you survive it because the thing about code is about all the evidence must be produced. Then the whole passport saga, my sister, the thing started. The first man who was the passport director, our own man that we appointed, he didn't even wait. He ran away overnight. That guy, he lied for years. He was suspended. He ran away. He didn't stay to face justice. Then hearing him now, he's jumping from one radio station, and they tell you don't defend yourself that way. You don't investigate yourself that way. Come into the country. You were here. You were working with the people. Look at the other letters that was serving a legal person in the foreign ministry. Immediately, Broker win the election. He elevated the letter as the deputy minister for foreign affairs. Then who are you going to blame for the passport saga? If you took charge, say you guys were recalling all of the passport, and redo it and reformulate it to people, you could have made sure that lady gave you people suspicion information. The position that she will occupy at the time, she has a serious influence over the director of passport. So here we are now. And your foreign minister, I don't know what she you know what she said yesterday? She said it's not so much about passport. There is about one now. Because we are hearing all other things that there is a certain demand of black guy, he will be able to fulfill them. And he don't want to take a stand as a president. That is the reason why all of these oppression are coming about and they don't want to get clear and tell us what is happening in Washington. Something happening in Washington, D.C. They need to tell us. It's all about passport, according to the foreign minister. Something is going on wrong. Then the government took over. They have missed rule. When you talk about rule of law, zero. Human rights, zero. Everywhere corruption has taken over. So probably Washington is not happy with them. and they need to tell us what's going on wrong instead of them running around with passport. No, we know it happened. Even the fellow that we're talking about, you could even print passport outside the foreign ministry. They did it yet.
Okay,
so
thank you. Let's talk to the next person. Continue playing the cash giveaway. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samira.
Morning. Your name and where do you join us from?
Yeah, Samira, I'm speaking. Thank you very much. I'm calling around the car junction.
I know Katikloma. And I there.
Yeah, but the cover.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Samira, you know, I agree with you this morning when you say, why is it the president still keeping a dog football as Congress? Samira, I agree 100%. I think some of us, of course, we support the government. We are calling on the president, to be honest with you, to take serious action. For me, the very day the University of Liberia came out with a particular press conference, la dog football, he went to the University of Liberia and just take the people ground because I listen to the vice president for interrelation. Why any 12? He said they did not get a certificate, they did not get any degree, but when they get to know that he was now graduate and then he went to get people ground and the people come out and say he didn't go to the school at all. I expect the president by now to take action. The president should take action. Dog football not supposed to be by now our ministry. That corruption. We can support wickedness in our country in the state. Number one, education error. For you to see a minister or inspector to go there to go corrupt his sister and the president still keeping urgent get away out to now, Mr. President, please take action on but talking about the passport saga. You see, I can see your problem with the government. Government can't government go. We get our problem. We cannot solve our problem until we can wait. A American government will come and tell us, oh, you get problem before we say we want rush to solve a problem. Why we electing government for? We electing government to solve problem. Another government will tell you say you get problem before you say you rushing to solve it. For me, I can't get what they say what best for you. Some will make you a forever minister. A lot of people say you not qualify. Some on free platform. Advocating that you qualify. I think there is a time for you to put your horse in order to see our best.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Morning. Morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm standing SK Dominic from Grand Bassa County.
Okay.
Dog football, what he did at the university there, that's the same thing he's doing at the comment ministry. They are the same corruption. That man, I mean, he is too corrupt. And once I told us that you are not going to use a substandard educated person to be in government, then why should you appoint that man? You see? And the foreign ministry, that woman that over there, she does not know the job. She does not know the job. She's too corrupt. She the one causing other private at the foreign ministry. So she should be taken from there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We take 3 more calls, then we call it a day here with the call segment and go into the next issue that has to do with the cyclists. We said at 8 o'clock we'll place a call, but then we took calls, right? So continue playing the cash giveaway as we will call winners before we go into our next discussion. Star 799 star 8 hash, star 799 star 8 hash, star 799 star 8 hash is the code to dial. Star 799 star 8 hash, star 799 star 8 hash. I repeat, that is the code to dial and be a part of the cash giveaway this morning. Play more so that you win more. Morning.
Good morning, Sister Mora.
Yes, morning.
Good morning, Mama. Good morning, Madam. Anyway, I'm Mike Bemenin calling from Bikina Grand Pastor County, one of Bon County Finance. Sister Mora, y'all do a better job for us, but y'all just here for nothing because all the people that working with Baka government, they are all fake. Those people are, all of them, every one of them are fake. They don't look like real human beings that get mind and love. Look at the one he say you honorable man, you serve in the Unity Party government as superintendent. You don't get one piece of paper. One piece of paper, you don't get it. It's not a shame and disgrace to you and your government. It's a shame and disgrace, and say Samora, look at what the foreign affairs minister, they call you to go address serious issue. Then you leave it talking different things. You are not learning. They say you work with UN in Sudan. But all of them, they are fake. They are not real human beings. Let me not lie to you. So Baka, this country will face problem with them. With their Baka, Baka will face serious problem with them. So thank you for your platform this morning. You just got to pray to God.
Okay, thank you. Morning. Let's talk to the next person, please. We said 3 calls. We have 2 more to take. Then we'll call it a day. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
Morning. Go ahead. Your name and where do you join us from?
Samira, this is Hussein. Hussein Kerwin. I call you from Jacobstown, district number 2.
Okay.
Samira, I listened to the different talking points and I followed the appearance of the Foreign Affairs Minister on yesterday before the Liberian Senate. I listened to the exception you made as it relates to the questions that were asked by individual senators. Let me firstly correct this. Madam Beslo Yanti is not a superhuman. To understand the entire ministry as it relates to the different workings and different offices. This is why you have Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs, you have Deputy Minister for Legal Affairs, you have Directors for Passport and so forth. So if you will relate to the different co-workers as it relates to responding to the different questions, that is in no error, it was no mistake, it does not show anything outside of the real issues. You understand? Because she worked with those people so they should provide her office with the sensitive information as it relates to the way the ministry works.
So they did not brief her. They did that brief her before their appearance. Excuse me.
They brief her.
So you see how shameful offer it was. I don't want to use the word shameful offer it was when Darius Delon told us, say, Madam Minister, you need to talk. We are not in your courthouse. If we ask you a question, you talk. Nobody will you responsible that information we need. So you know how awful it was. And she still did not say anything because she kept asking people to say something. And she's the minister. She's in charge. I mean, she's to be brief. Other people will make their own point. Other people will answer. But at least as the minister, you should have that control after being briefed. You know, you say a few things before, you know. What's it?
Anyway, I come in, Samira. Samira. The minister, in fact, had everyday basis. This is why she's the Minister of Foreign Affairs. She's doing further work. She's doing other things outside the country and in the country. So she's engaged. She's not just sitting. So there are other things you expect her not to have that 100% information about.
So
she depends on her co-workers to have those information. You understand? Even the director who asked that question, he does not understand everything about Mosurado. This is why he has office staff that will furnish him on the different issues. So she's in no error.
Hussein, let's move to the next point now, brother. Nobody politicize anything, but that's the truth. What thing I gotta do is Sarah as to politicize it. But that's the real truth about it. In a sense that if even she's basic technology, there are phone calls, knowing that you are to appear. Nobody's saying you should say out. Nobody's saying that you should be the only one talking. No, it doesn't work like that. But at least when you know that, listen. You know that, listen. It's not about me acknowledging it.
Move to the next point, right?
See, this is my show. You're not telling me how to move on to the next point. Let me correct you.
You control the show, but
but I don't want running the show, so you can't tell me how to run it now. So let me correct you. Nobody enforce a move. But then let me correct you. At times when you say these things, you should look at some of the possibilities and all of that. He left the line. Nobody's saying that you shouldn't go ahead. You know, you should know all. You should say all. But the fact that it was because of this purpose that you are being called as the minister. It's because of this purpose you're being called. Nobody's saying you can't get a report on the whole finance ministry. But you are being called because of this reason. And at the end of the day, you could not even deliver. You couldn't even say something. People ask the question and you turn it around to people, but they don't help you to answer it. What a minute of that. You would